Lee Sharpe became the third member of Alex Ferguson's strike force. But did Lee know he was to become a member of such an elite team?
I didn't know at all, no. I mean, I'd only played about a dozen games in the first team. And it wasn't even towards the end of the season, it was about March time. And, you know, the manager just come to see me with the secretary one night and told me all about it. But until then, I didn't know a thing.
It was a long, drawn-out thing in the sense that the day we signed him, we were faced with a decision. Cyril Knowles was the manager at the time. Cyril had played for Tottenham, and obviously, you know, that he and Bill Nicholson were very friendly, and I knew that Tottenham had been watching the lads. But it goes back a few months earlier to a former journalist from Manchester who does work for us in the south, Len Node. A lot of people remember Len, but he's retired and lives in Torquay. He phoned us around about the December of that season and says there was a promising young kid in the Torquay youth team to keep an eye on him. So we felt that, well, my attitude to it was, well, if he is good enough, he'll be in the Torquay first team shortly. And he was only 16 at the time. So that come the February, Len Node phoned us to let us know that Lee was in the substitute bench for the game at Wolverhampton. So we had the game covered, and he came on as a sub. They were 2-0 down. Came on as a sub and made 2 goals in the last 20 minutes. So that alerted a lot of people, you know. So we felt that then, what do we do? Do we phone Cyril Knowles and then maybe get into an auction? Or do we go down one day and try to, if we fancy him, seal the deal immediately? So we took the second option, went down one Friday night, Archie and I, and met Len Node, sat in the stand and watched the game, Torquay and Colchester. We left 10 minutes to go. In fact, the funny thing about that was we went in there, had my hat on, my bonnet on, coat up over my ears, sat in the back of the stand, thinking I'm incognito, and a wee boy turns around and says, "Can I have your autograph, Alec?" Right away, so that was a right good start to it. But nonetheless, we left 10 minutes to go, sat in the car and had a discussion about what we were going to do about it. So we felt that we should sign him. We shouldn't be go home and phone them. We shouldn't even attempt to ask him about the lad. We should stay there and try to get the deal sealed that night. So we waited for an hour after the game, and Len Node went in and spoke to Cyril and got him out in the car. So we sat in the car and didn't let him out until he accepted our offer.
What time of the day did you actually complete the deal with him?
It was about 3 in the morning. It was about 3 in the morning. His secretary out of bed about 1:30 and did the deal. And then we got young Lee out of his bed first thing in the morning at 7 in the morning.
Well, I came up for a day before I signed to train and train with the first team. A couple of the players were cracking jokes, like, because it was raining. They says, "Oh, you better get used to it in Manchester, you know, it always rains." And they were great with me, really. I was surprised how good they were. I thought, you know, I don't know whether I'm good enough to be with all these. The first touch and the way they were comfortable on the ball and everything, just they looked the league above what I'd been used to. It takes a few months to sort of get your touch and get confidence and know the players. My league debut was West Ham on the Saturday. Nice warm day, and we won 2-0, I think, so it went okay. I was concentrating so much on the day that once the game got underway, I never really heard the crowd. It's just the build-up before the game, and when you go out for a warm-up and you see the crowds coming in, that you start to get a bit nervous. But as the game goes on, and you get a couple of good touches, you start feeling confident, and it don't seem to worry you so much. You seem to try different things, and you're not afraid of trying different things, like, so, you know, things start to work for you. It's like when a team's at the top of the league and, you know, things go right. You know, everything I seemed to try seemed to do what I wanted it to do, really. The manager always used to slaughter me in training and things like that to keep my feet on the floor.
Your actual role here, has it been specified to you?
Mainly just get to the byline and cross the ball in. You know, beat full-backs, get round the back of people and get the ball into the box for the forwards.
Lee is seen more as a winger than an out-and-out striker, but there is, of course, pressure to score on all the strike force.
A lot of the time, you know, you get pressure from the crowd, the supporters like you to score goals. With you being so far up front, they expect you to score goals. And then again, there's the pressure I put on myself to score. I scored 9 last season, and at the start of this season, I gave myself a target that I wanted to beat that. Obviously, with being out through injury, I'm not going to be able to score as many. But you know, the pressure I put on myself is probably the most pressure I'm under to score goals.
Now, you went out of the limelight a little bit due to injury. How did you cope with that period yourself?
It's very difficult at times, but I mean, it wasn't so much an actual 7-month layoff. I had little bits of where I was trying to come back, and then it went again. So I mean, it wasn't. There were frustrating parts, but there were some times when I thought I saw the light at the end of the tunnel, but obviously didn't. I'm in the reserves. Not all I can hope to do really is, you know, knock a couple of goals in and play well for the reserves, and hopefully. I mean, it's a bad thing to say, but you've just got to hope for inconsistency, you know, from somebody that the manager can put you in. There's nothing else you can hope for really. When they're top of the league and they're winning games, you can't expect them to change the team. I hate watching. I seem to get more nervous watching than I do than playing, you know. It's horrible. I don't like it at all. I was a little bit worried at first because I was worried that I might get swallowed up at such a big club at such a young age. But I mean, Manchester United from Torquay, you can't complain really.
With 3 of the strike force now a part of the united setup, Alex Ferguson began his search for another piece of the jigsaw.